Hey guys, and welcome back. I am your resident Weiss witch, and welcome to a bit of a Manchester recap. Just in front of you is the deck that I took with me, and thank you to Kader Base Damage who covered the deck on his Community Fridays. If you want a bit more of an in-depth look at the deck, go and have a look at his video. He did a really good job explaining a lot of the cards. The only question he had was regarding the fan brainstorm, so just to answer that question first for you. Yeah, unfortunately, no, you cannot choose to do this before doing the 1-1 event. So you have to fulfill all the event first before you can do the top two rearrange, which, yes, sucks, but it can sometimes later help with the draw drop later on, depending on the order you use the events. Good players will know what to do. This is the deck I took with me, and I called it Magic to Create Stock Shuffle because of this card here, which MVP, I love a good stock shuffle. I say MVP, this card probably didn't do as much as I thought it was going to during the whole day, but yeah. So overall with Manchester, we had 86 players. I came 38th, I think it was, and I went 4-3 in the end. I actually am really proud of that record. And I just want to say to the guys at Bliss who helped run the event and to all the judges, thank you ever so much for making it a really wonderful day. Honestly, and to all the players and to people who came up and said hello to me or everyone new that I met, it was absolutely fantastic day and I'm so glad that I did go. I'm the type of person who always gets a little bit of anxiety before the tournament starts. Once I am through that first round, I usually calm down and I'm like in tournament mode. But honestly, it was such a great day, and everyone who like came from across the pond or anyone who wasn't local, even the locals, like it was so great to see everybody. And like I said, the judges and Bliss did a fantastic job on the day. I don't know how Sunday went. I just went for Weiss on the Saturday. As you can see, I took free run with me. As as pointed out, it's very on brand for me. I wanted to take this because I have been playing around a lot with event-based decks in the JP side of things, so I was like, okay, I want to take free rent. I knew my friend had a spare playset or a near complete playset, and I was like, do you mind? So we met up on Thursday before the event. Should I have done that? No. Did I? Yes. And we brainstormed this deck. It was a little bit different to how he ran his deck using this finisher. A lot of people will be going, oh, why are you using the booster finisher instead of the TD one? I much prefer the booster because of the 3 different modes you can use. It's a lot more to my playstyle. And for some reason in my head, I kept thinking she needed 6 magic cards in the waiting area. No, she needs 3. It's the early player that needs 6. So I kept getting that mixed up, but hey ho, life's fine. I need to remember 3 different effects, 3 events. That's fine. Then I'll be good in the future. This actually particularly came up, the 3 modes, in my second game where I was against Tokyo Avengers dual laners. We went to time and double lost. However, I was like using the mill 12 on this, and because he had like six cards in deck, I was getting like 2 points of refresh damage, and I was like, you know what? This works. This is fine. I like the mill 12. The top 2 rearrange came in handy in other games, and the just deal 3, just again, when your opponents clean out 3 cards exactly left in deck, dealing 3 damage on your first attack is never a bad thing. So that's why I like this. I like the versatility, but that is just me. I look at the deck now, and I go, there is certainly a lot of bits I would like to change about it, which I'm gonna message my friend to be like, at locals, can you bring a couple of the spares? Because I want to continue borrowing this. Because I think even though I went 4-3, I think if I had a bit more time with this deck, a bit more testing, even a couple of spares on hand with me before the start of the tournament, and I could have tested a bit more, I think I could have got a bit of a better record. There was one game against Sins, of all things, but she loves her Sins deck, so I don't blame her. Where if I had 2 finishes, I would have won. Simple as. Because she was 2 in deck, but not having enough of the finisher didn't push enough damage that I needed. So if I had 2 finishers, I would have had the extra point of damage outlet where I could have won. So I want to add the deck helmet into the deck. So I've got some on-demand search. I also want to add an additional one of the event, the sour grapes. The additional stock does make a difference, and there were some times where I was like, I actually just need some hard removal, or I do need an extra stock just to play around with it, whether it's stock swapping or, well, stock shuffle, climax swapping, anything like that. This card I want to change potentially into a bouncer. As much as I thought this card was really good, I actually got the idea for this card watching an old Trezor Collectibles video. It came up on my feed. I was like, I'm going to watch it before I go. So I thought this card was good. I played it once, but that's all I played it in. And I think if I can change this to the Bouncer promo, I think this card again will provide a lot more in terms of what I can do for the board, because there were some circumstances like I need that card off the board. I only had one of the 2-1 event and I didn't have many ways to get rid of it. So I think this being the Bouncer instead will allow more plays. And then I do want to change one of these free runs, I nearly said fern, free runs into a 1-1 mill counter. The ferns are pretty big. The mill counter will just keep her a bit more on board when you don't want to mill through your deck because you're in a good compressed state. There were some times when I was milling 2 climaxes off the flight magic. So instead, I feel like if I use the 1-1 event, I can make fern bigger and I can maintain board whilst maintaining deck state. So there is a lot I would like to change. Well, I say a lot. There is the significance that I want to change where I think the impacts will be a lot to the deck. But I have to say, it's going to be much more playtesting. Will I take this to trios? It depends how many trios I tend to go to. I'm not sure how many I want to go to. At the moment, Manchester is certainly on the cards for me because it is relatively local to where I live. So it's the easiest one to go to. I've already got 1 teammate. I need a 3rd, which should be easy enough. And I'm potentially playing Vanguard that weekend too. Uh, yeah, I used to play Vanguard back in the day. And it was like, might need another person. It's like, okay. So they scratched my back. I scratched theirs. So that will be very interesting. I think once this is properly tested, I'm going to try and get some games with this at locals with a few of the amendments. So look forward to those videos. So that's about the deck very briefly. Like I said, go watch base damage. He went through each card one by one. So he'll be able to have a bit more detailed overview of each card. Overall, I went 4-3. I went lost Nikkei, double lost Tokyo Avengers, 3-run mirror match with this same finisher. I won. I then won against ReZero Memory Snow. The puck can... yeah, that puck can hit the waiting room and it can stay there. Put it that way. So there's this 1-1 puck. If it has 2 markers, all non-memory Snow characters get minus a K. That is including your own board. And I was not very happy with that because I couldn't brainstorm that entire game, but I'm very glad I won. Then it was 8 Pans Hololive with Mume Rushia. I then went against Sins. So Sins was when I lost. So I went loss, double loss, win, 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 then loss again. And it was at that point, round 6, I was like, okay, I'm 3-3. I'm just going to play the 7th round for fun and a little bit for honor because I want to just try and see what I would get. And then it was Girls Band Cry and I won that game with... I felt really bad because his climaxes were just not there and I just kept smacking with Fern. And I was 1-6 when I won the game and I was like, okay, I feel really bad. And that was like, huh, okay. But I went 4-3. So very average. But I finished like the top 50, at least within the top 50%. So I'm happy with that as well. But I kept the motivation to keep going because I was feeling very comfortable with this deck. And going win, 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 I was like, oh, there is a chance now. But the unfortunateness of just not having 2 finishers is what took the opportunity away from me at that moment. I did have a lot of fun. The venue was fantastic. The staff were fantastic. The judges were fantastic. If you guys ever find your chance to be able to come to a Manchester tournament, honestly, I highly recommend it because it was just great. Maybe it's me being biased, but I love seeing everybody that came And as you can see from from the thumbnail, I kind of made it on stream. It was me walking around, and the big bags I had was because people were giving me birthday presents and such. So yeah, so I kind of made it on stream, but kind of didn't. So I'm going to try and get a couple of games for you guys with this deck. Hopefully tomorrow at locals. So touch wood, that will be coming soon. But to carry on with a bit of Manchester, let's have a look at the top. So I left before top 8 started because I needed to go get, to be fair, I needed to go get my train because the next day the trains weren't running correctly. So I was like, I need to get home. I didn't want to get stuck anywhere because I was like, I've got work on Monday, and if Sunday traveling goes bad, I'd rather just be home and just kind of chill. I do want to watch the stream back, so that's something I'm gonna definitely do. I do know a couple of the people who were in top 8. Actually, I think I know more than 2. I think I know 3. Do I know 3 or 2? I know a few of them. So it was really nice for me to see my friends. So third place, I know the Crow Ruby deck. 8 door. If this is how I think it is, I know them. I still want to buy cards off them at some point. But I keep forgetting to message them. So if this is Judge Well, then please help. I need some spares off you. And then very interesting to see Dan. Excuse me, I lost my voice. Top. That's why I really do want to watch this back. Because I'm very interested that it's an 8-bar build. And for me, when Dan initially came out, 8-bar was the deck I was going for. I wasn't a huge fan of the way the deck ran, but then they brought the promos out and I was like, I don't have the deck anymore. Will I pick it up in English? Probably not. I have just ordered and paid a friend, I like to consider them a friend now, for a Macross playset. So I'm really excited to be getting there. Let's have a quick look at the representations. Nico with 13 players, 15%. That's quite interesting. Bang Dream, 8. Bearing in mind, we had 86 players. So seeing the way this looks is quite interesting, is that there was only 5 Hololive players. And looking at all the different lists is fantastic. 1 Kanakari player. Yo, well done, my friend. I know the Axel World player. He is a very sweet man. 1 Avatar player, 1 Sins player. I know the Sins player. Woohoo! I know the ReZero player. Woohoo! I know a lot of people. I knew a lot of people that day. I know I saw at least 3 of us running free run. So yeah, there was exactly 3, and I saw all 3 people. The last one, so she was running the TD finisher, and I was sat next to her at one point, and I was like watching her game, and I was like, okay, cool. But I didn't get to speak to her too much properly. I would have liked to have spoken to her a bit more about her build and talking to her about the deck, and kind of make comparisons of where the decks differ. 2 GGO, it's quite interesting as well. GGO for me is something that I could definitely see in trios a lot more. I think we'll find trios representation to be quite significantly different, because trios is one of those where all hell breaks loose. Anybody can top with anything. That's just Weiss though. So yeah. 2 Bunny Girls still. 2 Chainsaw Man. I think this is Konosuba. 2 Fairy Tale. I did see one of the Fairy Tale decks. I know a friend of mine is playing around with 8 choice and is talking me through it, and I really do like the sound of 8 choice, so nothing I'm going to be picking up myself. So maybe I have to do something on the, simulator. But let's go back and look at the decks. So let's have a look at the Crow Ruby deck. Hello? Open, please. Let's exit out of full screen. I've opened it twice. We don't need it twice. Let's have a look. So is this? Yep. So I thought this was 8 standby. This is different to what she ran previously. She was running the Jean. So this is quite interesting to see. So I don't know if Jem will see this. So hi, Jem. I did message her congratulations when I saw the news. So I'm very proud. One of the girlies that I know will be representing the UK in Worlds. I can't wait to see you on stream over there. So I'm really looking forward to it. This is quite cool, actually. I do like the look of this. Interesting to see three of this. I didn't know if people ran maybe two of it. And only three of the level 2 Crow. Because this is similar to... Is it similar to the Nino one? It reminds me of the Nino one because it restands itself, so... Would have thought maybe four of that, but I suppose the idea is just to stand by these in as soon as you can and get these going. Jem runs this deck extremely well. She loves Ruby, and I remember when she first got it. She's just fantastic with this deck. Even before the premium booster, she was. So I'm so happy to see when she topped was with this, and it's great to see. So honestly, well done, Jen. I can't wait to see you in Worlds. Bust or maybe I'll take it all. Love it. So congrats, Jen. 8-door Lico Rico. I genuinely think this is Judge Will. So if it is, again, well done to you. Like, amazing. I do love this artwork. I do see some people running the pan, so interesting to still see the door being played, but it does give the search access that the deck does sometimes need. This brainstormer is so gross. If you're running 8-door, yeah, you play this brainstormer just to mill your opponent. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I wish it said you may, but I do feel like there would be some other detriment to that as well. So, yep, standard. Two of this. I do think two of this is the right choice because I think if you do lose one, getting another copy of it doesn't always hurt. So, yeah, very nice. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's a Kali level 0. Okay, cool. Uh, we respect Kali's profiles here. And is this one the anti-burn? Yes, this I say anti-burn. You can't take damage of 4 or more. Is it relevant? I don't know how much actually does 4. A lot of things just do 1. So, yeah, I get it. It's a good tack. Rest, choose a level swap, and it's a global 5. Yeah, as a one of, that's a fine card. An anti-change, yeah. And I think this is the starfish. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like this. I like this. So again, well done to you. If it's not Judge Will's build, sorry, but I'm pretty sure it was. I'm probably gonna eat my words later. And then the top deck, which is Ira. I don't know this person. I don't know who play. I finally own English cards. Yeah, you know what? Good for you. Glad you own English cards. I'm very happy for you. Okay, very, very standard build. Looking at it, it's standard to what Dandadan is going to be at the moment. I'm shocked there is no other level 3s in the deck. Personally, I'd probably look at playing a couple of the Momo level 3 early plays because you are running red. But you won. I didn't. So at the end of the day, well done to you. You did something I couldn't with A-bar. You won. If this card is at the beginning of the first turn, look at the top of the deck, choose a human. Strange. Okay, so 4 of this because you're hard mulliganing this, let's be honest. This gains bar. This is good against A standby, so that's fine. Yeah, I look forward to looking back on this deck when I rewatch the stream. I've watched most of it. I've watched the what's it called? What are they called? Swiss. I've watched the Swiss rounds, so that's fine. Oh, the promo drop search as well. I just noticed that. Yeah, that's fine card. Sits at 3-5. So yeah, there is a lot of really interesting Dandadan cards that have come up in set 2. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that because I want to see if my boy Evil Eye gets some really nice cards because I like season 2 a lot more than season 1. I've read the manga up until a certain point. I had to stop because I felt like I was tripping reading it. It is some very weird stuff. One last kind of PSA from me. As we talk about a bit of the Japanese side. I'm just going to go on the Japanese website for a moment. Ooh, I haven't seen that yet, but we're going to ignore that for a moment. View list. There is an article I want to quickly look at. Warning about counterfeit goods. So this was the 19th of March. That they found some people in the tournaments using counterfeit cards, whether on purpose or not. They can only go by the words of the player to say, no, we didn't mean to, we thought they were real, etc., etc. Please be mindful when buying cards online to know there are a lot more counterfeits coming out there, and I don't want anyone to come up into a tournament and get DQ'd for something as simple as having fake cards. Particularly on the Japanese side of things, if you go to some websites, you can now get appraisals. So if I show you guys, oh, ignore my email address there. That is an old email address. I don't use that anymore. So just to kind of show you guys, I'm gonna just go through here, because what you'll be able to see with authentication. So if you're, this is why I like Buy. Buy does with authentication. I get good deals as well. I get a lot of play sets from here. I got my Rent a Girlfriend playset for like £45. So dollars, probably looking at $50-$60 maybe. I'm not very good with conversion. So you can see some of the higher end cards say with authentication. By the time you are paying £200 for a card, just think to yourself, sometimes that extra £5 could be worth it for the authentication, because then you know it's real. Don't let yourself get suckered in by thinking this card's really cheap, it's an SP I've always wanted, and you get it and it's fake. Don't waste your money. Use the tools that are available. Ask people to check for you as well. Like, show them the card. Check against official websites, official Bushiroad websites. Your UTE is another good one to use to have a look if you think you're finding really good cheap deals. So please just be mindful when you are buying online. And I think this will come into the English potentially as well, because let's face it, there's fake Yu-Gi-Oh out there, there's fake Pokemon out there. If we're now seeing Japanese fake Weiss, we don't know where it's going to be. So just please take care. Always get a second opinion if you can, and don't get disqualified for something that you could avoid. And if it's too good to be true, sometimes it is. So do your research, is all I can say. But on that note, that's everything I've got to say for you guys today. Sorry for a little bit rambly, but I wanted just to share my experience, and I feel like it was, like I said, it was a really good experience for me. And I wanted to let you guys know that it can be nerve-wracking going to a tournament. If you're with the right people and you're in the right mindset, it can be one of the best days you have, even if you just go 4-3. But seriously, congratulations to everybody who top 8 there, and to everybody who had such a good day, and to everyone who helped run it. Thank you so much, and hopefully I'll see some of you guys on the channel soon, because I handed out a lot of business cards that day. So until next time, guys, grab yourself a beverage and have a lovely day, and remember, they cancel eventually. Bye.